The Mutual Fund Rulebook just got its first rewrite in 30 years. Good morning, investors. Today I want to tell you something that surprised even me when I first dug into it. And I think it will surprise you too. The rulebook that governs every single mutual fund in India, the regulations that decide how your fund manager can invest, what they are allowed to charge you, who is accountable when something goes wrong, that rulebook was written in 1996. And until this year, it had never been fully rewritten, only patched, only amended, circular added on top of circular for almost 30 years. So let me explain what has actually changed, and more importantly, why. What actually happened? A few months ago, SEBI's board approved a completely new framework, the SEBI Mutual Fund Regulations 2026. It was notified in January this year and it became effective from the 1st of April 2026. I want you to understand, this is not one more circular stacked on the old rules. This is the first ground-up rewrite of the entire framework since mutual funds in India began being regulated this way. Why now? Three problems that had been quietly building. SEBI itself pointed to three issues that had been growing for years. 1. Fund names had stopped meaning very much. A value fund, a flexi-cap fund, and a large cap fund from the same fund house could be holding almost identical stocks. The label promised one thing. The actual portfolio often did something else entirely. 2. Costs were bundled into one single number. That one figure mixed the fee your fund manager actually charges with taxes, with brokerage, with various other charges. As an investor, you genuinely could not separate what you were paying for fund management from what you were simply paying as tax. And 3. Accountability was diffused. When something went wrong, it was rarely clear who personally was responsible. These were not small administrative gaps. Over 3 decades, as this industry grew to serve crores of investors, these gaps had become real blind spots. What is different now? The new regulations rest on 3 principles: cost transparency, true to label investing, where a fund must actually invest the way its name suggests, and stronger individual accountability. SEBI has also made the rulebook itself considerably shorter and simpler, a deliberate effort to make this more understandable, eventually even for investors like you. Why this matters to you? Now I'll be honest with you. Most investors will never read a SEBI regulation, and you do not need to either. But here is what I want you to take away today. The ground beneath your SIP, the very framework your fund manager operates under, has shifted this year in a way it has not in 3 decades. Some of these changes are already affecting funds you currently hold, whether or not you have noticed. The real lesson: when the foundation of an industry changes quietly, the investors who understand why are the ones who navigate it best, not the ones who find out 2 years later when it is old news. My WealthWise pin-up rule for today. A rulebook this old, rewritten this completely, deserves your attention, even if just 5 minutes of it. Starting today, I am going to walk you through this, one piece at a time, over the next several tips. Why fund managers now have to put their own money where their advice is. What is happening to costs? What true to label actually means for your portfolio. Step by step, in plain language, no jargon. Were you aware that mutual fund regulations had not been rewritten since 1996? Tell me in the comments and follow along, because we are going to unpack every part of this together. I am Suresh, founder Suresh WealthWise. For regular mutual fund updates, connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube and Telegram. Wishing you good financial health. I'll be back tomorrow with a new tip. Till then, stay wealth wise.